All right, for our combined gas law problems, we're using the combined gas law. The formula, if you're using the original formula, is P1 times V1 over T1 equals P2 times V2 over T2. But what we're going to do is a little bit modified version of that formula where we've just rearranged it. It's the same formula, but we're getting rid of all that nasty division. So we're going to use P1 times V1 times T2 equals P2 times V2 times T1. The nice thing about this worksheet is it's already identified the variables for you, so we can skip making that list like we did yesterday. Alright, so if we're going to just plug and chug, our P1 is 1.5 ATM. Our V1 is 3.0 liters. And our T2, remember we're doing T2, is 30 degrees Celsius. But very, very important, remember with our gas laws, none of our temperatures can be in Celsius. They all have to be in Kelvin. So what that means is we're going to add 273 to our temperatures. So that's 303 Kelvin for our T2. And while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and do that for my T1 so I don't forget. So 273 plus 20 is going to give me 293 Kelvin for my T1. So now I'm going to go back and plug in my temperatures. So that is going to be 303 K for my T2. Now going to the other side, my P2 was 2.5 ATM. My V2, we don't know, so we're just going to leave it as V2. And then our T1, again in degrees Kelvin, is 293. So now we want to get our V2 by itself. So I'm going to do the opposite of what's there, which is multiplication, so I'm going to divide to get those other things to cancel out. So notice now I'm left with just V2 on my right side of the equation. Whatever I do to the right side, I must do to the left. So I'm going to divide by 2.5 ATM over here and also by 293 Kelvin. Now what's going to happen is my units are going to cancel out, which is great. That's going to leave me with the units that I need in my answer. Notice Kelvin goes away and ATM goes away. So now I just need to multiply across and divide by the bottom. If I do that, I'm going to be left with 1363.5 on the top, 732.5 on the bottom. My units are liters because that's all that's left. And so my final answer for V2 is 1.9 liters. And that's what would go in my box for my answer. Don't forget your units. You may need to use the back or a separate piece of paper to show your work, but you must show your work to get credit for the answers.